Two events, 2 days, too much of a coincidence. Over the weekend, a Ganpati Puja Pandal in Surat was targeted by stone pelters from a community. Luckily, there was no retaliation. The pelters have been arrested and peace has returned, with the local area politicians even attending the puja to signal to the Hindus that they need not pray in fear. A day later, a train in Uttar Pradesh crashed into an LPG cylinder deliberately placed on the tracks. You can see those pictures to the extreme right of you, alongside an unlit petrol bomb and reportedly other incendiary chemicals. The attempted sabotage coincides with a speech delivered in Pakistan by a dreaded Islamist terrorist calling upon followers in India, his followers, to carry out acts of terror, particularly those that could potentially derail India's growth story and undermine social harmony. Viewers, the Kalindi Express, as I told you, stopped after it crashed into this cylinder. If it had blown up, there would have been mayhem. 19 suspects have been detained by the UP police. Lens of the wider Pakistan terror angle, the NIA has stepped in to this entire probe. Now, viewers, let me tell you, this is not the first attempt to target a train through sabotage. There have been a handful of other attempts in just the last few weeks. August 29, 2024, goods train in Rajasthan collides with a motorcycle scrap placed on the track. The idea was to derail that train. August 23, 2024, Kasganj to Farrukhabad train averted accident after hitting a wooden log on the track. August 23, 2024, Vande Bharat Express strikes cement block placed on the track in Pali. August 17, Sabarmati Express derails near Kanpur due to an object placed on the track. As the NIA takes over the probe into the Kalindi Express incident, the question is whether there is an attempt to provoke the majority community to trigger a backlash so that the minority community once again can cry victim. Viewers, fundamental question tonight. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawalla. Asad Abbas also joins us. Mr. Poonawalla, I am quite struck by the silence of some of your own friends in the Congress. There has been no criticism from the Samajwadi Party. There has been no talk of anyone saying that terror doesn't go hand in hand with community relations. Why is this, sir?
Now, I hope I'm really not interrupted because it's very disturbing to be
Please go ahead.
There are these are three or four issues which are very pertinent. I can speak for myself and I can speak for Abbas out here. We are very glad nobody got hurt, injured, or there was no casualties in what happened today. Very clear about that. Now, Rahul, let's ask some very fundamental questions. In 2017, while campaigning in Kanpur, and you may check CNN news reports, the Honorable Prime Minister made certain remarks exactly like these, that train sabotages are happening because of Pakistan. NIA then refuted him. However, the Prime Minister made his remarks in 2017 to 2024. I thought there's enough time for the same Prime Minister in continuum and the NIA to resolve this issue. Look, I'm glad, and of course, I'm not going to sit on your channel and give Pakistan a clean sheet. Pakistan is a scoundrel of a country, okay? But if Pakistan at will can derail trains in India, can leave cylinder trucks in the middle of tracks, there are SOPs. So before joining your show, I'm going a lot of research on how these platforms come down, because this particular platform had that automated system, how they come down. There are SOPs. They come down 5 to 7 minutes before the train goes. There is an individual who checks that there is nothing in the middle of the track. If all of these SOPs are violated, sure, Pakistan may have been behind it. But the question to ask is, how does Pakistan get a truck with LPG, leave it, and what are our railway people and SOPs doing? That is the first question. Number two, if at will trucks with LPG, whoever may be with Pakistan, are getting done, what is the intelligence at the local level, the state level, the national level with Pakistan? Here you can't even blame the state government. It is the state government of the BJP, the national government of the Congress. Sure, you can say Akhilesh didn't speak, Syed Abbas didn't speak, Tehseen didn't speak, Rahul Gandhi is in the USA, Sam Petroda is making his own speech, Dr. Anand Ranganathan is researching malaria. Sure. Are we in government? Who's in government in the state and the center? And if they are so goddamn incompetent, I am telling you for the upteen time, leave the goddamn chair. Get out. Let somebody else govern.
Okay.
Because if you don't know, if basic SOPs are not followed. One last thing.
Right.
I need to
Stone pelters.
One second. The railway minister, who also the INB minister of the country, was that day crying in parliament.
Right.
Not crying because trains were derailed.
Rahul, I need to rebut. Tehseen cannot have a monologue.
On trains being derailed.
Yeah,
He was crying not because trains were derailed, but because people were making reels on trains can derail. If he can stop making reels and do his job, maybe it will be slightly better.
Okay. So we should now put, viewers, a sentry every 10 yards on our rail tracks to prevent
Not every 10 yards.
followers
You can't
of
cross
a
the railway
Pakistani terrorist in our country. Can you believe it? You know, viewers, in his bite, he said followers here in India, which means he's confident that there are people in this country who follow Mr. Ghori's gory and warped ideology. Who would subscribe to this mad character's ideology, viewers? Someone who obviously hates this country. The fact that he's so confident that he has supporters, that he can make an appeal to supporters, do this, means there are some amongst us, Mir Jafars, call them what you want to, viewers. Think about that.
Rahul.
Anyhow, Sanju Verma, yes, could you respond?
Yes. It's nice to see Tehseen all charged up. But as usual, he's got his facts all mixed up. I will just say a couple of things which will nail the bluff of Tehseen Poonawalla very quickly in 20 seconds. This goddamn government is goddamn incompetent. No, Tehseen Poonawalla. The data suggests otherwise. 171 major train derailments between 2004 and 2014 under UPA. That number is 69. I'm not saying my number of derailments is lower, so I need to be ecstatic about it, but this is just hard data. Against your 171, the data in the last 10 years, the derailments of consequence are 69. Train derailments per annum, on an average, 86.7 under the UPA. Under the BJP, Modi government, 45.3. The number of casualties between 2004 and 2014, only due to train accidents, 2,453. The number of people grievously injured under the UPA 2004 to 2014, 4,486. The comparable number, the number of grievously injured people in the last 10 years under Modi government, 1,543. The number of people who died due to train accidents in the last 10 years, 781 versus 2,453 under the UPA. But that's not the point. The main point is this. Tehseen made a very interesting point, and I want to say something. You've discussed this ad nauseum on various debates, Rahul. Look at the stone pelting at a Ganesh Pandal in Surat.
Yes.
My limited point is this. Be it stone pelting at a Ganesh Pandal in Surat, be it sabotage in Farrukhabad, Ahmedabad, Jabalpur, or the Kalindi Express, or the IC-814 hijacking story, which is today on celluloid. Our problem is whenever there is a Salman, a Shoaib, a Shahid, an Ibrahim involved, we change their names into a Bhola and a Shankar. We trivialize, we rationalize, and we normalize radical Islamist terror. Tehseen Poonawalla himmat hai to say that radical Islamist terror is at the root cause of all problems.
Okay, I'll just tell you one thing, viewers, before I... No, one second. I need to bring in the others also, please. Come on, let them also have a say, please. Please, that's not fair. Tehseen, please, I have to bring... I know I have 5 minutes on this show, please. Respect me. Respect me, please. Respect my... Please.
Of course
yes,
I do.
Mr. Abbas, yet there are people in the Congress, there are people in the National Conference that they are aligning with that want talks with Pakistan.
Rahul Sahab, I've always believed with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability.
नहीं, आप इसका जरा जवाब दे दीजिए. Why don't you condemn? Why don't you condemn your party mates, your friends, your sympathizers, whatever it is, from holding talks or wanting to hold talks with Pakistan and go there to eat biryani and restore trade?
Rahul, we all know which Prime Minister went to meet Nawaz Sharif uninvited to
Same
eat biryani.
broken record.
Just your words, Rahul, not mine.
Same broken record, sir. 8 years ago, we gave it because of you people. Because of you people, we said, chalo, let's give them the benefit of doubt. Let's start again. And then guess what happens, viewers? We get stabbed in our back. Then they say, oh, this is the problem.
Rahul Sahab,
you can't win this. There is another chap who just said that hanging a terrorist didn't change anything on the ground. Why don't you all bring them over to your dinner tables and have a nice meal with them and pat them on their back and give them 3 more guns so they can blow up 3 more people and create more dahshat and dashat in this country? Yes, 1 second, Dr. Ranganathan, we are not going to get a straight answer tonight. Yes.
Rahul, before I come to the thrust of what the debate is, may I gently castigate my good friend Sanju Verma? And I emphasize gently because I know the repercussions. So very gently. I'll tell you why. Because
No, I lost that one. What was that? I didn't get that.
He's only gently castigating you
Gently.
because if he goes
I'm
too hard,
gently.
you might. Yeah.
Okay,
Very
okay,
gently
fine.
Yes. Thank you. No, because she interrupted Tehseen, and my reasoning is the earth is soft. You handed Tehseen a shovel. Tehseen is digging his own grave. Why interrupt him? Now, when he talks about Pakistan, I want to ask him a few questions. Are the people who in their tens of thousands attended the funeral of Yaqub Memon, the terrorist, were they Pakistanis? Tell me, were they Pakistanis? Are the people who putting these gas cylinders on these train tracks, who are stone pelting Garba celebrations, Ganesh Chaturthi celebration, Ram Navami celebrations, are they Pakistanis?
No.
Is the former chief minister who said that unfortunately we, as in the government of Jammu and Kashmir when he was the chief minister, didn't have a role to play. Otherwise, he would not have allowed the hanging of terrorist Afzal Guru. Is he Pakistani? So there you have to come to the conclusion that it is not about Pakistan. It is the mindset of Pakistan. So let's not talk about nationalities and passports. It's the mindset. And sadly, Rahul, I have to say this just 30 seconds, that mindset is going to continue. You know why? Because we are a cowardly nation. But what's more, we are secular. And secularism for us is when there is no deity except Allah and no one has the right to be worshipped but Him. Amplified through the loudspeaker 5 times a day is creating amity. But peacefully chanting Hanuman Chalisa while not denigrating anybody else's religion or God is creating enmity. Secularism is when reciting polytheists are the worst of creatures near a temple is not provocative. But reciting Bhajman, Ramcharan, Sukhdai one day a year in a mosque is. Secularism is controlling and taxing only temples but not mosques. Secularism is respecting the Supreme Court Sabrimala judgment but overturning a Supreme Court Shahbano judgment. For how long will we pretend that we are not practicing secularism but appeasement? And until we pretend this, I'm afraid we might not have passports that say Pakistani national, but we have mindsets.
I'll tell you one second. I'll tell you what appeasement looks like, viewers. Appeasement looks like clapping when the Jamaat-e-Islami enters the political fray to say that democracy is growing. And it is to shed tears when Sadhvi Pragya stands for an election and says communalism aa gaya. Viewers, that is appeasement. I'll leave it at that.